Hi, guys. It's me, Coach C of the Cheer Coach Standard. I provide transformational advisory to local cheer gyms and small teams who want to be outstanding. Why should you trust me? I have officially been affiliated with the sport of cheer for 34 years. First as an athlete, then as a coach. I judged for a while, and now I am an owner. So I have been in every space of this game, and I'm more than willing to help and support you in your program if that's what you need. So it's early, and I got up because I thought it would be beneficial to prepare a little bit. My teams compete tomorrow, so I want to make sure that we're ready, and I'm running down all of the things, right? We'll go over a checklist soon. But so I'm going over everything, and I just thought it was too good not to share a conversation I had yesterday with the local program director, and she has some major concerns about how to scale her program. She and I talk often. She was a former client of mine, so we still have that great relationship. And she's just like, see, I need help. So here I am talking her through her stuff. And I thought this is a good subject to discuss on the cheer coach standard because I think a lot of people have this problem. The larger problem is that they have limited funds and they want to spend their money where it's most useful. I think that some of the leadership disagrees on where the money should be spent, be it uniforms, be it cheer shoes, be it training. She, as a director, believes that the training is the most important because they can get the fancy uniforms, but their athletes are not prepared to compete. They're not prepared to do a lot of the larger scale things that they would like to do. So she doesn't feel like money is best spent on uniforms. She thinks that it's best spent on development. I can't say I don't disagree with her, but that's not the discussion here. The discussion is, how do you build up your athletes to get to that space? She says, even if I train them, I'm coming in every year, we're starting from ground zero, and it's just they're not ready. So I had to just respectfully disagree. I said, you got to get them ready. That's literally what we do. That is the sport of competitive cheerleading, and that is coaching. You get a modge podge of athletes and you build a routine around their abilities, right? Hopefully, we pour into them so much that they leave completely differently than they came. If we do it really, really well, they'll go and try for bigger programs and bigger teams. That's the thing about being a small gym. You can be a feeder program to somewhere else, because ultimately, we want athletes that are doing something with their talents. We want to get them to college. We want to get them on these big gyms and these big stages, right? Um, so I told her that in our gym we use a system of T.N.Ts, and she's like, T.N.Ts, what's that? And I'm like, you don't know T.N.Ts, girl? So I'm gonna hip y'all. T.N.Ts are things that everyone affiliated with the program. I mean, everyone from athletes to parents to coaches, it doesn't matter. T.N.T stands for takes no talent. Get your T.N.Ts in order. Watch how your organization scales. If you're talking to a new athlete who's never cheered before, who feels like in comparison to your other athletes, they're not good enough, or whatever the mindset is, right? First, mindset. That's a whole nother. We got to get that mindset together because you're here now. Okay. But before that, right? They're like, what can I do to be better? Right. I wrote a little list right here. T.N.Ts, things you could do that take no talent, that'll get you where you want to go. Practice. First T.N.T I'm going to put out there for an athlete is to practice. See what other kids are doing. How are they doing it so well? Get on YouTube, do your research, and practice. Practice at home. Showing up on time or early. That's a big one. It takes nothing. You don't have to be good at cheer to show up, right? Stretching outside of practice is probably the single most beneficial thing that you can do as a new athlete. If you stretch and you start to get more familiar with how your body moves and works, what I mean is you learn stretches at practice and you go home and you fall deeper into them on your own time, right? Like you incorporate them into your morning or your evening, whatever it takes. Over time you will see progress. It's inevitable. It's part of the system. If you're only stretching 2 to 3 days a week with your team, you're not going to get any better, right? Those girls who are already super flexible, trust and believe they started where you are, and they have been stretching at home and alone because they care about the skills, right? Taking conditioning seriously. If you're coming from no sport to a sport, you got to condition 10 times harder than everyone else. Those girls have been running 3 miles for 2 and 3 and 4 years, right? They've been here. You're new or you're not so great, right? You're struggling to get through your routine. Run, condition, train hard every time. Don't say, well, I'm just a spotter anyway, so I'm not gonna, lift weights today. No. Yeah, you don't want to be a spotter forever, or do you? Even a spotter's gotta look like something. So yeah, do some work. Self-care. Oh my gosh, this is so big because especially for older athletes, they have so many things running in their schedules, prom and work and all these other things, and we forget to rest. We forget to take it slow sometimes. We forget to eat breakfast. We forget to do just the things that help your body, which is a machine, function well. A lot of the times we just think, okay, I'm on autopilot and I'm going to ride like this forever. Nope, it doesn't work like that. You got to rest. You got to relax. You need to drink water. When I say self care, I don't mean just washing your face, even though that's part of it. You got to do everything, right? Go to the doctors when you feel pain is really important. All those type of things that you can do on your own without thinking about it contribute to you on a team. It's about you being a part of a team, something larger than yourself. When it comes to performing, there's some T.N.Ts for performing too. A lot of people don't think about this, right? Facials. I just want to drop the mic. Facials. Give facials. What? Have the best facials on the team. You don't have to be the strongest tumbler. They already got one of those. Yeah, you want to be that, keep working towards that goal. But like, if you are out there and you're the most explosive and dynamic performer on your team, baby, we see you. You think we don't, but we do. Support your teammates. There is nothing more beautiful than a team that's performing and you see that last pass go and you see the girl off to the side go like, yeah, right? Or like smile at her girlfriend, or when they get out and they do those little handshakes and stuff. This stuff is new because back in my days we could never. But they do their little handshakes and stuff. I love when my athletes do that. When they show that they're actually having fun with their best friends, that takes no talent. It's not about the money. It's about the interworkings of your program and making sure that everyone understands their role and everyone is super confident about the direction that you're moving in, that they're established organization goals so that everybody can feel like they're pouring into something. So that's a brief list. I think that the cool thing about understanding T.N.Ts is that it can be based on your organization, right? Like it should be unique to you, right? So these are some of the things that I do or some of the things that stand out to me that others do. And I just thought that it would be good to share. Now it's time for our spirit check. I really like this part because it really reflects who I am as a leader and as a coach. I recognize that I would not be anywhere on my journey without giving all of the glory to God, without going to God with my problems. I equip each new coach with a Bible because this is what we do here. So that's my truth. And I love it for me. And if you're going to stick around here, you'll get the spirit check at the end of every lesson. So today's spirit check is from, got my Bible right here, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. And it's very familiar for athletes, but we're going to just talk about it. Okay. Don't you know that the runners in a stadium all race, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way to win the prize. This verse encourages us to be disciplined and intentional with our effort. It does not say that you're not great if you don't win. It says that you should run the race as if you want to win. Right. That means every day we're getting up and we're running this race. You're not comparing your race to other people. We're running the race. Yes, that's exactly what it says. But it also makes it clear that only one of us is going to get the ultimate prize. And I think they're referencing, actually, I know because verse 25 says that only one person gets the perishable prize, but we want the unperishable prize. We want the ultimate prize. We want the well done, right? We want to be called. So you got to run your own race. You got to run and not compare to other people. But then you have to run well in your lane, right? In order to even complete the race, we have to get to where we're going in our lane. We can't run in other people's lanes. So we're tripping other people and we're falling ourselves, right? That's not what we're doing. So if you're running your lane and I'm running my lane, we can both finish. And that's what this ultimately is encouraging us to do. And as we are journeying as coaches, we always want to remember that what we're doing is ministry work and it glorifies God. We're doing the best that we can. We're pouring out the best that we can into other people's young people, other people's kiddos. And we want to make sure that we are uplifting and encouraging them. If you ever choose to use the word of God but need help with that, of course, hit me up. Let me know. I'm here. Of course, Coach C. I'll talk to you soon.